My friends and I are the masters of our own devices. Hippies, burnouts, goths, punks, drunks, trash, and losers are my brothers. Kings of an unelite, all-inclusive underground built on mutual feelings of ill at ease with local police. We are those rebellious youths those 50s propaganda flicks warned about. I am reefer madness incarnate. Painkillers, speed, lithium, acid, shrooms, pot, hard liquor, Vicodin, cheap beer, and expensive closed cigarettes litter our rural basement ghettos. The scruffy would-be expatriates and everyday freedom fighters, we reserve our mercy for plants and insects, not freshmen who narc us out or juniors who rip us off. The class of '06 is entering a world no teacher could have prepared us for. Our economic futures are bleak, many of us too illusioned to get our college degrees, a requisite to success in this world our deadhead parents and beaten grandparents left to us. Social Security will likely dry up in 20 years, and since my generation has no interest in politics, welfare will fall so that Grandma and Grandpa can still live in Miami. We've been programmed by a society of older siblings to disregard our futures and embrace a life of moment-to-moment pleasures, which is ironic because they've been saying the opposite all along. From a fickle pop culture nation, all we produce anymore are emotional cripples, perpetual teenagers who are always fleeing. Fleeing police, fleeing responsibility, fleeing commitment, just always fleeing. There's no rest in a life like that, only release. We're all just tea kettles, whistling with the burner off. A generation of sloths, either too apathetic to work or too worked up to be taken seriously. As a teen from a small town in Michigan, I may just be detached. However, I feel I've earned my place in this emotional caste system. How connected can you be when you're greeted daily by snowy noses and small white tablets with a Mercedes logo on it? Backroom vaporizer hits and small lines of oxycodone. When half the students you know think of White Stars at $11 a hit as a wonderful investment. Am I detached? Far from it. I'm anchored in a sea of petulance and self-mutilation via accelerants. Each new generation brings hope for the future. Who can put much faith in this fallacy when the mothers of this next generation aren't even out of middle school yet? Last year there were 2 pregnant middle schoolers in my district. One worked in the local pub. In any given town, if you look in the right places, you can find a few spent 40s, some cash blunts, and 5 teens, stoned and drunk, looking for something. Scheduling work around beer blasts and scheduling beer blasts around women, it never surprised me to hear my classmates speak of quitting or getting fired. I am no exception. In this society, consistency is a virtue, and generosity is a curse. Sadly, the concept of romance seems lost as well. Like any good cigarette company, if you get to them early enough, you can kill them slowly and they'll thank you for it. The addictive ether of lust can even drive a wedge between victims and those who would help them. She's a bad love junkie. Try to love and help her and she'd still rather be treated like shit. Love is blind and the best lovers are mute. It's no wonder we all want a fast love and passionate romance. It's easy. Feeling without thinking is the new American dream. To love, heat up, and burn out. We are all fireflies of a social twilight. None are immune. There was a time when all a man wanted was a home, a truck, and a wife. Nowadays, the man can't make the mortgage payments. The gas for the truck consumes half his paycheck. And his wife is so high in Valium, they can't feel it when they make love anymore. Blame for this sad state of affairs could rest easily on the shoulders of our parents or the back of recent presidential administrations, but that would be copy now. The joints we roll, the beers we drink, and the pills we crush are our own doing. Pot grows in basements and Vicodin is prescribed by doctors. Neither of these are the natural, safe choices we tell ourselves we're making. Marijuana doesn't grow in the wild with purple buds and red hairs. They are risky fun amplifiers, grown to leave us habituated and wanting more, needing more. It's a dangerous game that America's youth are playing, one whose eventual outcome is a trade-off of brain power for deja vu. Too many of my countrymen read it off as fun, that they can grow up later. Youth doesn't last forever, and when your joints start to go, your joints will start to go. We don't always have a chance to turn things around. We can't always call a mulligan. Not everybody gets redemption. Sometimes you're just plain screwed. I'm thankful that I'm not yet, but I worry, 2 or 3 afternoons a week, that the Grim Reaper is coming for my future.